I'll be going through a random number guessing game during this code walkthrough. First, let's play the game. So we have a message prompting me to enter a number between 1 and 9 inclusive. I'm going to enter somewhere in the middle, 5, it's too high, I'm going to go lower. And I took 2 tries to get the correct number 2. Now let's see how we can implement this in code. Now first we import random. Random is a library that will have many methods that we can use during this coding of the game, and we'll be using it straight away when we set the variable num to random dot. So we're going to call something from the random library, randint, which will generate a random integer between 1 and 10. Now note that this includes 1, but this doesn't include 10. So this number is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, but not 10. It will be the maximum number minus 1. Then we're going to set the variable guess to inputting an integer. So we're going to ask the user to input an integer, and we're going to give them the message, guess a number between 1 and 9 inclusive. It's important to clarify that we're inputting an integer because it's not helpful if they input 1.5, which would be an invalid number. That's never going to be correct, or a float like cat or dog, because that's irrelevant to our game too. Then we're going to set the count to 1. The count is going to indicate the number of guesses that our user has had in regards to getting to the final randomly generated number. Now we'll use a while loop. So while the guess is not equal to the number, so while they haven't gotten the number right yet, we're going to increase the number of guesses that they've taken by 1, and then we're going to say if the guess is higher than the number. So if guess is greater than number, we're going to tell them the guess is too high, or your guess is too high. We're going to print that. And what that's going to do is give them a hint. So guess something lower. As you can see here, I guessed 5. My guess is too high, so I guessed 2, and I got it right. And so then we're going to prompt them again to enter their guess. So then we're going to say guess is equal to integer, input an integer, and they're going to guess a number between 1 and 9 inclusive. The same thing they did in the first step. They're just taking another guess. And then we're going to say elif. So elif is the call we use. So if we say if and if doesn't happen, then we're going to check to see if elif occurs, and elif is if the guess is less than the number. We're going to print your guess is too low. So we're going to help them again by giving them a hint. If guess is less than number, we're using normal operands here, greater than, less than sign. Hopefully you've learned that in math. And then we're going to print your guess is too low, and we're going to allow them to take another guess by putting in this input function for them to use. And then after that, we're going to see, so if we break out of the while loop, so we're no longer in the while loop, meaning that they got the guess right. So their guess isn't greater than num, it's not less than num, it's equal to num. So as we can see, we made our condition for a while loop to be if guess is not equal to num. So once guess is equal to num, so it doesn't satisfy the while loop, we're going to move on to this statement, which is we're going to print your guess is correct. You took, and then we're going to print the number of guesses it took. You have to note that we are saying we're going to make sure that this is a string. So first we have to do str and then in parentheses count to make sure that it prints out aligned with the other string segments, so they all are compatible with each other. And then we're going to print the number of guesses they took, and then plus tries. And make sure that you keep spaces here and here, otherwise it will all come as if it's one word. So you took 3 tries will all be smushed together, and we don't want that those words to be joined together. So as you can see here, what we did was that we imported random, the computer generated a random number, as we called that method, and then we gave them the ability to input a number, and we set that to the guess, and then we set their number of guesses that they've taken, and then we created a while loop saying that while guess is not equal to number, the number of guesses will increase because they're taking another guess, and then we tell them whether or not their guess is greater than or less than num. So let's play this one more time now that we have a fundamental understanding of the code. So 5 too high, 3 too low. Wow, it must be 4 right in between. And we got it. Good job, guys. I hope this video made sense. If it doesn't, leave a comment below. I'll be happy to answer any questions. And thank you so much for watching it. Be sure to subscribe and like, and let me know what you think in the comment section below. Thank you. I enjoy coding, and I hope you do too.